Welcome to RTN. It's another Saturday night of hockey here in Sewell, New Jersey. My name is Matt Delavecchia. I'm here alongside Nick Butler. We are having the honor today to call the D3 squad for Rowan Profs. They got plenty of talent coming out, tryouts, and they managed to have a D3 team. And it's a lot of young skaters coming up, a lot of guys you'll see at that D2 level coming up next year. I'm excited to be here. Again, Hollydale Ice Arena down in Sewell, New Jersey with Nick Butler. How you doing, man?
Hi, man. Yo, it's always fun to watch a D3 squad because it's just like watching an AHL team for the NHL. You never know, who's going to be called up, to that D2 squad. You never know who's going to get injured. It's always nice to watch these young talents coming out here, putting on a show for the crowd, and really getting a chance to show out here.
Yeah, and they all of preseason, right? They have a lot of opportunities to play with those guys. They've spent a lot of ice time together, all as one whole group when they were whittling down the roster. So they know the speed. They felt that. They've seen those guys operate. You're going to watch a lot of guys who spent the final weeks of the roster selection still skating with those D2 hockey players. So, like you said, it's like watching the AHL. These guys are getting combed to the D2 squads doing on a regular basis. So you should see some great hockey tonight.
And it's also pretty amazing that they're able to keep up with a lot of these D2 teams as well. You would think that D3 squad, they're a little lesser being in a division lower, everything like that. But you got a lot of really talented guys on this team that were just beat out by more talented guys on the D2 squad. So just because you're playing for that D3 roster doesn't mean that you weren't good enough to make it. It might just be you got to take your strides before you can run.
No, everything was tight. Everything is tight, meaning, so like I say this time and time again, but the coaches for the whole program, Dan Amani and Brian Bennett, their goal was depth, right? I said every show, they call it Hollydale North. Absolutely. Goalies sometimes are the best skaters on the ice, but because of their position, you don't get to see them fly up and down.
Nobody really understands how athletic they really are.
Yeah. Captain's meet over there at center ice in front of in front of the benches there. Just under a minute here left to warm up before the national anthem. Get a puck drop. So you said it a few minutes ago, the stands are pretty well packed right now. I shouldn't say packed, but seats are limited, and people are trickling in, so.
That's not even counted for Dunlops over here.
Yep. You're right, absolutely. The glass is full of Dunlops there. And I'm sure the bar will continuously get more busy as the D2 game approaches. Dan Amani hustling across the ice with a bucket. Let's see how this goes. Oh, he's not getting on the ice. Okay.
As you know, we'll probably see the D2 guys hanging around here, watching the D3 guys before their game.
Yep. It's a Rowan night here at Hollydale. All right, so we're just getting finished up the opening ceremonies, if you will, here for the D3 team. You heard starting for the Stockton Ospreys, Ryan Scott, number 24, Matt Gandy, number 15, Colin Saul, number 10, and J.J. Fogelman, number 8, with Ben Sheehan back at goal for the Rowan Profs. You have, excuse me, I apologize. That was the Rowan Profs starting 5. This is the Stockton Osprey starting 5 is number 39, Zach Harmel. Number 9, Dom Capella. Number 17, Jeremy Ambrose. Number 25, Devin Metz. And I'm not sure who number 37 is. There is no 37 37 listed on their roster. So I'm going to have to go with the flow on that one.
They're going to be anonymous tonight.
So I apologize. I listed Ben Sheehan. That is Stockton's goalie. And Rowan's goalie is number 35, Dane Beltramini. If you can't tell, this is the first time I've called this roster.
There is some energy on these benches tonight.
I love it. I love it at a D3 team, getting everybody excited. And then Props win the faceoff into the zone. A quick shot goes just to the left of the goalie around the boards, and number 24 for Rowan picks it up. That's Ryan Scott down forward, battling along the boards. Puck comes out to the Ospreys. Ospreys in center ice and across the neutral zone, flips it in wide and kicked off by, or excuse me, flipped it in on net, kicked wide by our goalie here, Dane Beltramini. A nice, solid hit along the board just up front of the Rowan bench there. And the puck gets shoveled back into the neutral zone. Flipping around here, trying to gain possession. Ospreys hack it in, and Rowan comes up with it behind their circles. A nice flip up to the offenseman, and it trickles in and away, a battle for it, but it gets cleared.
And already, this game is moving really fast, up and down the ice. Nobody really has any advantage here. You see no ice tilt yet.
No. Oh, man, it looks like a takedown from behind almost looked like right there. And here's Matt Gandy who pushes the puck out. Tries to clear, he can't. And Stockton manages to push it into the corner. Number 8, J.J. Fogelman. Oh, and lays a nice big finishing hit after clearing that puck. Or excuse me, not clearing the puck, pushing it to his own man. Now Rowan has a charge to the neutral zone. Oh, and missed a hit by Stockton. He tried, but ended up on the ice.
This is what rivalry nights are made for.
Man, that was, this game is moving fast, and the puck trickles in front of Beltramini. He pauses for a whistle. Wow, you're not kidding. That was fast hockey for that first minute and 12 seconds there.
And already we saw about 5, 6, 7 hits already in this minute, not even a half yet into this period. So it's going to get physical.
The puck dropped to the right of Beltramini here now. Stockton wins it back to the point. They flip it in behind Beltramini. It comes out the other side. And here's defenseman Evan Knoll to flip it back up towards center ice. Doesn't quite make it there. Number 7, Will Bank picks it up. Tries to get into the zone. Ends up getting squashed by an Osprey. And the puck gets shoveled around for Stockton. Oh, but Rowan comes up with it. Ends up turning it over back to our point. And a big shot gets blocked off by Stockton. Stockton charges through center ice. Number 27 takes a nice shot, nice good blocker save by Beltramini, and a hit from what looked like from behind, and a nice return from a Rowan protecting his own player there. That looked like a somewhat dangerous hit. Puck slides all the way down into the slot, but past our goalie. Nobody does anything significant there. Puck comes behind Beltramini, puck into the corner, and a nice big hit by number 3 from Rowan. Stockton. Oh, and a puck gets shoveled out to the slot, but ends up getting saved. Looked like it was going to go wide anyway, but he pushed it right into Beltramini. Man, this game is getting fast and physical.
Stockton is getting completely in control. As you saw in that last sequence, he had a wide open shot right down the low. I believe it was 22 who had the shot wide below, but he just banned on the pass. Rowan just really trying to get all over on that puck right now, but they need to be focused on their man where they are and focus up defensively here.
Yeah, I mean the hitting's great, but don't get caught up in it because then you lose position, like you said, and you have to play your man. You just have to. All right, so now you get CJ Castorina, who's taking a face-off. And he's got Pete Andolino to his left. And he's got Nick Camfora to his right. Andolino shovels it out. Castorino can't clear with it, and the puck is turned around, and a quick shot by Osprey. Picked up by Nick Donnelly, who takes a hard hit into the boards, and Castorinas has it along. Oh, and Castorinas tries to put a puck through the skates and ends up on his back. Man, that was a nice hit. Good step up by the Osprey defenseman. And now they're looking to clear out a shovel pass across. Just misses his guy, and they have to come back to collect. Puck makes it to the neutral zone onto the Rowan stick. Back out. Another hit by Stockton. Nothing came of it. And the puck gets shoved quickly across the slot in front of Beltramini. Oh, and a whiff on a pass. He ends up collecting it again, and now here comes Rowan into the offensive zone. Nick Donnelly, number 2, takes a high shot that flutters over into the corner. Stockton and Rowan both battling for the same position. So now we're getting man for man. Every time there's a puck, at least there's a prof there. We're stuck down in the Osprey zone right now. A nice hit there. Good keep by Rowan. Nice, hard work along those boards there to keep that. And I think ultimately Nick Donnelly whacked it down deep and around.
And that's been the best possession we've seen from the Profs so far in this game. And maybe this will help them come alive here, but.
Yeah. Oh, now you got a puck that is sliding into Rowan's zone, and Ospreys are skating after it, and they come up with it. Or at least they pickle us enough. Castorina whacks it out, does not clear. A shot gets flipped back on, tipped off a couple Ospreys, but kicked wide by Beltramini, and gets cleared out all the way into the offensive zone of Stockton.
And this is what we were talking about earlier. You know, as the home team, you want to set the tempo and set the pace of this game. And the Ospreys have come in here and really done that.
Yep. Puck is fluttering, gets chipped out a couple times. The Ospreys come up with it, and they backhand it around behind the net for some control. Turn it over. Oh, and a pick past the high slot gets passed all the way back to Rowan's point, and they have to settle and control here. They send it around back deep. Collected by Rowan and sent up the boards. Oh, a good high glove by our defenseman there. It was Matt. No, I'm sorry. That was forward Matt Gandy that did that. He was back at the point. It felt like that arm came out 7 feet. Oh, and a tip pass. He could not quite handle it. Goes to the Ospreys, and they send it. Goes to the Ospreys. Excuse me. They send it back in. Here's Gandy again. He shovels up the board, takes a hit, and now it gets poked out. Here's Rowan into the offensive zone quickly. Oh, and his stick up around the hands. No call. That was terrible. Stick up and around the hands. He could not control the puck. There should have been a call there. Oh, and a big hit, man. Oh my God, big hit. Both players end up on the. Oh, and a late hit here, just in front of the penalty boxes. This game's getting feisty.
And Stockton's looking to completely finish every check. You can see their eyes are lighting up for every check.
And Stockton comes into the zone and takes a hard shot right into the red basket of Beltramini, so we get a stoppage here. Man, it's tough to keep up right now. These guys are moving. And there was one hit is never a standalone hit. Somebody is retaliating somewhere. Maybe retaliation is a strong word, but at least they're getting after both teams.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see these guys standing up for each other here.
Puck gets slid across the ice and tipped wide. And here comes Rowan, tries to get it up along their own bench here. Just before their own bench, and Osprey collected, come to the middle of the slot. It gets tipped back to another guy. Tipped up. Beltramini doesn't know where it is, and finally puts a blocker on it. It was an awkward situation there. That puck came in a lot slower than they thought, I think.
The Ospreys have all the momentum right now. You cannot see any ice till on the Prof side right now. Every time they try to get out of the zone, and Osprey's right there to stop the puck at the blue line.
So now you get Colin Sulo for Rowan taking this face-off in his own zone. He wins it back. And that was Evan Knoll who shovels it around. Now trying to clear, could not quite get a stick on it, was Zach Roselle. Finally does, all the way down on net. Stockton gets shoveled aside. Backhanded up the boards. A nice way to pressure that offenseman there, whoever that was. Puck comes into the net and out of the rink, but that was a good pinch there. Number 11, Evan Knoll, manages to squeeze into the boards there and put some pressure on Stockton.
The Profs need to take advantage of this offensive zone face-off here. They need to win this puck. They need to get some good passes moving around and just find the back of the net here. I mean, that'll obviously change the whole game here, but you need to find a way to get some shots through and get some shots on the goalie here because you're not really testing him yet.
Yeah, I think it's whatever way provides the most shots. So if that is, hey, old school hockey, get everybody get in the zone and get to the net, we're taking shots, fine. If that's, hey, control gets set up, let's move the puck around and find good shots, fine. I think right now it's whatever takes the most shots. You got to put shots on net. And, oh, a good keep by the Rowan defenseman there right at the point, but it flutters to the left and onto a Stockton stick, who then saucers it into the slot of Rowan. Thankfully, Nick Canfora was there to collect and send it up the boards. Oh, a nice turnover in the neutral zone. And now you got Chase Dyer, who backhand passed to the top of the circle, wasn't able to hang on to it. It was Will Bank, but now it goes back to the point again. A wrist shot low on the ice, gets kicked away. Puck is out to the corner and shoveled back. Here, Nick Canfora able to take a few shots here. He is just steady at the post here. And he finally goes point-to-point across. Shot fluttered wide by Jake Zuzek. I believe it's how you pronounce it. Zuchek, maybe.
And that was some great pressure right there. Really good goal opportunities there. Puck fluttered out in front of the net. They just couldn't find a way to put it in the back of the net there. But the Profs are finding ways to get the puck in now.
Right now, there was a lot of open ice. There was a bad line change or a slow line change, I should say, by Stockton. And coaches were calling for Zuchek to get it up the ice as quick as he could. He had to come all the way down to the bottom of his own circles to get that puck. So nothing comes of it, but now we got Ospreys into the zone. They could not knock him off the puck. It gets loose again, and out to another Stockton Osprey. He takes a shot high and wide. Puck flutters out into the high slot, goes to the left of Beltramini, and now they're played back and forth in the corner. Oh, and a good defensive play by Rowan. Manages to get in between both guys. They shoveled out to the boards, and Will Bank will collect and send it just into the Osprey zone. They call for icing here. I don't know why. They should be off. It didn't even, I don't know. I'm not 100% of the icing rules. I guess I assumed it had to clear the red line back there, and that there had to be no effort shown to get it. But so that puck will come all the way back down. Looks like to the right of Beltramini right now.
And the Props need to find a way to clear this puck. I mean, as I've already said 2 or 3 times now, they're getting stuck in their zone. The Ospreys are playing from behind the net and just looking for that pass in front, and they're finding it. They're just not able to put it in the back of the net here.
Yep.
But they're going to if you keep letting them do it.
So here's C.J. Castorina with Matt Gandy to his left, and I cannot see that jersey. Who is the other guy there? Looks like it could be Nick Donnelly. It is Nick Donnelly to his other side. So Castorina, Donnelly, and Gandy out and forward. Number 37 just took a big hit along the boards there. Steve Poulin, who shovels it out. Now it ends up in the neutral zone. Red line, bounces around onto an Osprey stick. Osprey puts it to his backhand, gets shoved off the puck by Rowan, manages to squeeze it in front, and a good block there by Rowan defense. Now we got 3 men on 1 behind the net. Rowan comes out with it. Gandy comes out with it. He shovels it over, and a pass attempted to the center did not quite make it. Finally, it does backhanded. Oh, and a nice little tip pass in front of Castorina. Castorina here immediately puts the wheels on a little bit here. Gets around one offenseman, looks to shovel it high, but it banks off the glass when it goes wide. Gandy steps forward, and the puck bounces back to Rowan. Rowan sends it back in, and a line change. That was a good shift there.
I like that attempt on the nice little breakaway there. Just a little high, but he wanted to go right over the shoulder, and you could see his eyes lit up when he saw him give a little bit of it.
Yeah. Oh, and a good defensive play. That was a great play by Rowan defense there. He stayed patient. That was Shane Ewing who just let the guy come in, take space, and then took his hips away. But now we got, oh man, a nice move to the outside. Mike DeFord makes a run at the offensive zone, but it ends up going around the net. And another good pinch by Rowan, but turnover for Stockton. Now you get a 3-man rush. Oh, and a good high shot on Beltramini. Beltramini, I don't know if it hit his helmet or his chest pad, but it bounced right in front of him. We get a little bit of push and shoving after the play here. I think it was just a momentum thing, but.
Protect the goalie. No snow showers after the play here. No snow showers. I don't mind that. I don't mind when you're protecting your goalie.
Now you got to protect your goalie. He's number 1. All right, so you got Mike DeFord in here taking the face-off. And the puck goes back to Stockton. Stockton, a low shot sent away easily by Beltramini. Comes out wide into the corner. And, ooh, an attempted pass across the neutral zone gets blocked by a leg down on the ice. Here's Rowan trying to break out again. They can't quite control it that much. Oh, Stockton sent it into the high slot. A shot kicked away by Beltramini, but it's still loose. Gets shoveled out finally, and we're trying to get, Stockton cannot keep this, or excuse me, Rowan cannot get this puck out of their zone. Puck gets shoveled in behind Beltramini, and here comes Rowan finally trying to get it out. A hit, I guess you could say. Oh, a nice high shot hits off of Beltramini's mask. Some push and shove in 28 to stick to the back there. And we're going to get some sticks high up, hands in people's faces a little bit. My goodness, Rowan struggled to get that puck out of the zone there for a minute.
And the Props are taking exception there. Two Ospreys come in and started poking at the puck, which was covered up, by the way.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to take exception to that. And, you know, as you saw, some extracurriculars that happened there. But, again, the Props can't seem to clear the puck. Every time they start to get it out of the blue line, there's an Osprey defender right there ready to eat it up and set it right back on the net here.
Yeah, that was number 28 from Stockton Ospreys. Travis Tuthill, who was in front.
It looks like this net's off right here. I don't know. Does it look off?
That is a common problem. That far post looks like it's sitting high there, but nobody's stopping the play yet. And we're going to get a tie up here in front of they're going to call a penalty. Stockton's, those calls like that. Jake Zuchek's stick gets held up by a Stockton hand, so it looks like he's hooking him. So they call a hooking call on Zuchek while he's in front of his own net.
Well, it's a great sell by an Osprey right there. You know, if you get caught pushing your stick underneath of the arm or anywhere by the arms, you're going to get called for that. I mean, the ref's going to take it, especially what's been happening in these last couple stoppages.
Yeah.
They're going to start looking for plays like that and start looking for penalties.
So
they're
now
going to try to take control.
We're just shy of halfway through this first period, and Rowan will go on the penalty kill. Looks like Steve pulling in to take a face-off here. He does win it. Gandy takes a whack at it and manages to clear it. Nick Donnelly's going to go put some pressure down deep. J.J. Fogelman sits back with Gandy. So Gandy, listed as a forward, I guess is playing defense tonight. Whether he permanently moved there, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a lot of experimentation at the D3 level. Oh, look at this. And Donnelly collects at center ice and just takes his time, sending it back. J.J. Fogelman, nice little saucer pass center ice, caught by Steve Pullen, puts it down and tries to control and ends up turning it over. So now you got an odd man rush, okay? You got 3-on-2. Okay, 2 lone props managed to get back, and now they're trying to get set up in a box. There's 2 Stockton players set up in front of the net, barely being touched right now. Puck flutters to the right of Beltramini, but nothing comes of it. Stockton could not control, and the puck's in the corner. There's a fight going on here for this puck. Some pushing and shoving, you gotta love it, but Stockton still controls as they come up along the boards. Back into the right of Beltramini. A good, nice, a quick turn shot. A good play here. Rowan defense is playing some good body down in that corner. It's frustrating to Stockton, but they cannot clear. That's J.J. Fogelman. He's throwing his body around, putting himself in good position, keeping the guys from touching the puck. Rowan's still struggling. Puck comes out. A return shot gets blocked. Finally, Rowan put a nice hard hit into the corner here, and there was some extracurriculars happening out in front of Beltramini. I don't know what happened, but nobody saw anything. So.
And again, the Pross with the great clear there, they're playing great defense, but they're letting these guys get right in front of the crease here, getting good shots.
Yeah,
they got to be more cognitive of what's going on around the net or their own net. They're letting guys go. I know you're playing a box and you're down a man, but you need to be very aware about who's around your net and who's surrounding your goalie at this time.
Yeah, the only person there was, so again, like you said, they're playing good defense, but it's just always in our zone. Like I said, J.J. Fogelman was the only one back there. He was throwing his body around, kept them from getting the puck along the boards, and just was frustrating. I think that's what you got to be when you're on a penalty kill. It's frustrating. Shouldn't be a man standing by himself in front of the net ever. And a face-off loss to Stockton in their own net here. 22 seconds left in this penalty kill for Rowan. Stockton goes corner to corner here behind their own net and tries to get a breakout. This is a sloppy one. Finally gets it up to his defenseman and charging in. Oh, the Ospreys. Circles around behind. Rowan gets set up in their box here. Oh, and Osprey takes gets the puck at point but falls backwards. And here's Rowan on a fast charge, a sliding pass just out front of his man. Shot high and wide. That was a great shot, too. That corner was open. Whew, man. So you had 2 profs who just managed to fall into a 2-on-1. That was Zach Roselle and number 10, Colin Sulo, looked like. So Roselle takes a sliding pass under the stick over to Zulo, but Zulo could not quite collect it, man. That was a close one there.
That's always one of those plays where you're sitting on the bench and you're like, why couldn't that happen when I'm out there?
Yeah. Oh, I want to apologize. That was number 27, Matt Meldrum is what I have listed, actually. Apologize. Again, this is my first time calling this roster, so don't hate me. Stockton back, and now it's over, or even now. Stockton backs at the neutral zone, and here comes Rowan right back in with it at the top of the circles, getting pushed around, manages to get the puck to the slot, and nobody controls it quite yet. Teams are fighting for it in the corner. And finally squirts out the center ice. It went a nice little tip between his legs is Stockton Ospreys, but nice step up by the Rowan defenseman there, and the puck gets shoveled out, and that ends up on Shane Ewan's stick. Shane Ewan with a nice saucer pass to center ice, but he was not able to handle it, hit his stick. Now Stockton in the high slot, high circle, they dump it in easy. Puck squirts out in front of Beltramini, and Ewing shovels it around behind. At the point now, in front of Rowan bench, a sliding pass tipped wide though. Here's Ewing on this side of the rink. Nice big hit. Puck still ends up Stockton. Oh, and Rowan gets a steal, and they're out of the zone finally for a line change.
At some point, these body checks are going to start taking their toll on Rowan. You know, you keep getting hit, you're getting hit, you're getting hit. You're going to get tired, and it's going to start to show eventually. They got to start finding ways to avoid the body.
Yeah, you got to give a lot. You heard me say his name on both sides of the ice with Shane Ewing, did everything he could. Now we got a 3-on-1 into the Rowan zone. Finally, 2 props get back. Oh, and a cross slot pass just in front of his man. He could not tip it in, but he definitely had Beltramini beat if he was able to hit that puck. And now we got to battle for it again behind the net. Stockton comes out with it, stepping in front of the slot, shovel pass, but bounces off and goes top of the circle. Comes in and around the corner, and a tip out of the air as Stockton puts his body in front of it, shovels, but doesn't even make it to Beltramini. Beltramini finally, puck's out loose in front of the slot, and Rowan hacks it all the way down. This will be icing, but thank God they got that out. Man, that puck was just buzzing around that net. Beltramini is where he needs to be at every moment, but Rowan's got to do a better job once the puck gets down to their zone, as we said before.
As I've been saying, the Ospreys, they just keep finding ways to keep this puck. They're playing that low to high game. They're playing the low to the crease game. you have to find a way to get a body on that guy behind the net before he's even able to make a pass out, because that's what's killing the Pross right now, that behind the net play.
Oh, and the puck, another trickle out to Beltramini, and every play has some pushing and shoving afterwards. It was a quick little simple trickle play to Beltramini, covers it up, and I don't know if Stockton got too close or what, but Rowan's letting them know what end of the ice they're on, even if they are there, not on their own will.
And again, the Pross are taking exception. Don't get near their goalie, and that's what they're trying to tell the Ospreys right now. Stay away from the goalie, and we won't have any issues.
So now you got Chase Dyer in to take the face-off. Gandy back to his left. Number 27, Matt Meldrum, back, up on the other wing. And now J.J. Fogelman with the puck, sends a saucer pass to the point, ends up getting, almost picked off by Stockton. But man, they managed to come up with it. Here's Matt Meldrum into the zone, trying to look through something with it, gets pushed off the puck and slides in behind Stockton. Oh, and a weird tip pass out to the middle. Oh, and a good hit by Rowan in the offensive zone. J.J. Fogelman steps up and knocked the man off the puck and put him into the boards. Finally shoveled back into the zone in front of Stockton's goalie Sheehan, and he passes off the defenseman. Another finishing hit by Rowan down their own zone. And Stockton out to neutral zone. We got a 3-on-2 here. Oh, and he slid a little bit too far out in front of his own guy. Ends up getting turned over. That was Will Bank who stepped in front of it. And now Fogelman tries to flip it out, and he does just enough, and the puck gets sent into the net. Another Rowan Prof. I don't know if he took a hit or what, but his stick was on the ice at the end of the play there.
And you see, after every whistle now, the official is already right over. Wherever there's two bodies, a Osprey and a Prof, they're getting right over there to try to break anything up before it happens here.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of that as this game goes on tonight.
We are at center ice here. That's C.J. Castorino's taking the face-off there. And he loses back to Stockton, gets fluttered out just over the blue line into the zone. Passed over. Donnelly tries to backhand it to Castorina, and it comes back to him, and then he finally sends it in deep. So you got Shane Ewing back on D here. Looks like Evan Knoll also, as the Ospreys come to the neutral zone. A hard pass into the slot. Oh, and a nice shot once he got out in front, and Beltramini manages to eat that one up also. Some push and shove, and Evan Knoll not liking where that Stockton Osprey is there.
Again, as I keep saying, they're trying to tell him, stay away from the goalie, don't even get near him.
Yeah. Castorina loses second in a row and then tries to get to the point. Oh, a nice fluttering shot out to Beltramini, and push and shoving, the same two again. I'm okay with that every time. Get off, go away, don't get close. Evan Knoll is protecting pretty well back there. You just got to win the faceoff and get it out of the zone.
I don't think we've had much zone time tonight, many shots, so.
Oh, Castorina wins one. Here's Shane Ewing behind his own net here, sends it up. Nick Donnelly on this circle, tries to control it. Ends up sliding it back to Ewing. Ewing with a crisp pass, tries to hit his own man in front of his bench. Just a little far out in front of him, will get icing here. That was Pete Andolino, who sent it a little bit too far and couldn't reach it. So again, Matt Delavecchi here with Nick Butler, Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey. Give a shout out to Hollydale, a beautiful rink here, and Dunlop's Bar to our right here, full bar, great food. Plenty of ice to watch plenty of glass to sit behind while you're watching all the games. So now we are to the left of Beltramini. Castorina wins another one. So we lost 2-1-2, not bad, more consistent, but still winning. He tries to shove up the board to Donnelly. And here's Andolino, collects it just on the red line into the zone. He takes a hard hit, and we get an offside call, I believe. So Andolino took a little bit of a hit. Now Castorino getting pushed around for no reason here. A couple different ones took a shot at him. We get a line change here.
I think we're going to see a lot more of this tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be, it gets to a high point and then evens out. Then boils up again and then gets it. So as long as it doesn't boil over and get too crazy. But, this face-off is coming out of the zone. Not 100% sure why. So you got, looks like Colin Sulo taking that face-off. And he's taking a couple hard shots, but ends up losing it. And Ryan Scott along the boards here, chasing down Stockton. Stockton flutters it out to the neutral zone. Oh, and a backhand pass gets blocked down, and here's Rowan right back into the zone again. Oh, a good backhand pass gets stolen by Stockton. They send it out, and the man steps in front of him. It looked like Jake Zuchek who managed to knock that man off the puck. And here comes Nick Canfora, who backhanded around the net, down his own net to Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott out to the point. Here's Zuchek, tries to battle for it as they go into the corner. Stockton comes around with a shorthand back door, but no one was there to collect. And now you got Zach Roselle streaming up the ice into the zone on top of the right circle there. Takes a quick shot. Good block by Sheehan. Another, a follow-up. 2 rebounds. They just could not find the puck with their sticks. 2 solid rebounds, and the goalie was not in position for that second one at all either. Another short side doggy, short side back door. Man, you guys are moving quick, and here's Zuchek again, battling in his own corner. Puck flutters around. Stockton puts a hand on it, gets up, and then puts 2 hands in the face of a Rowan prop, and still a battle happening here. Oh, and a big hit finish. He didn't knock him over, but he stepped into him well. That was Ryan Scott. He put his shoulder into. And now the Ospreys got a man going to the bench slowly here. Puck squeaks out, gets pushed back in by Stockton. Here's Canfora, who puts it around the net to number 21, Zach Roselle. Turns it over to the Ospreys in the corner, and then they put it right back on Rowan's stick. Finally, they clear all the way out. That was an awkward shift there. But that big hit from Ryan Scott here in that corner sent number 39 off for Stockton very slowly. And here's J.J. Fogelman who leaves it for Gandy. Gandy tips it. Oh, it bounces around, and Stockton puts a stick on it. Finally, Rowan gets back to it. Couldn't clear. Stockton behind the net. And here's Fogelman who shovels it out to his offenseman, who then all the way over across the ice. Good pass into the offensive zone. Oh, and attempted a nice move and cannot get it through the skate to that Stockton defenseman. Oh, man, Stockton Ospreys just knocked down our offenseman in front of their own net, into their own net. And I cannot tell who is that. Jake Kelly gets put on his butt there for no reason in front of the net. And I don't know if we're getting a call. Faceoff's definitely coming out. Oh, there is an arm up, excuse me.
Well, as you see, both teams look like they're getting a little tired here. You know, one from hitting and the other one from getting hit.
Yeah.
And you're going to start seeing a little more sloppy play here as the period starts to round out.
Yeah, that was an awkward shift, and I'm sorry, there was no penalty. The arm up, I guess, was just that the puck was coming out to just outside the zone. But the Props win it. The puck trickles in and around a few players, and now back to J.J. Fogelman, who turns around, makes a nice pass. Good angle. That was a good pass there. Back in. We got just two and a half minutes left in this first period here of Rowan D3 Props versus the Stockton Ospreys. Oh, the puck comes out to Fogelman at the top of the right circle, who takes a wrist shot, gets blocked, gets back on his stick, and he puts it back into the corner. Now we have another battle along the wall. That's been the story of the game tonight, for this first period at least. Stockton comes out with it, but not without pressure from Rowan. That's Mike DeFord down there, putting a lot of pressure on, along with Steve Pullen. Now the puck comes into the Rowan zone to Gandy. Gandy over to Fogelman. Fogelman pushes it up to Pullen. Oh, hits off the ref's skate. Ends up turning it over. Hate to see that. Pullen was in position to take that and do something with it too. And now Rowan back in behind the net. Oh, and a nice way to step in front of that man. Knocked him off the puck. Chase Dyer put his shoulder down into somebody, and Props put more pressure in the offensive zone here. Oh, and a nice little leave in between the offenseman's skates and the puck into the offensive zone in the left circle. A drop pass down from Rowan. Rowan shovels it back in behind, out to the corner. Now we got nice, good push back to his defenseman. Oh, puck trickles in front of the slot. Oh, man, he backhand passes the slot, ends up on a stick, and they cannot find it to put it on net. Lots of push and shoving. Rowan takes a hit into the corner. The puck gets shoved out to number 11, Evan Knoll. Oh, who takes a crushing hit into the Stockton bench. Didn't fall down, and now we got a 3-on-2. Gandy slides into play defense, and a quick shot gets fluttered in on Beltramini, who gloves it and then puts an elbow into the abdomen of a Stockton Osprey. You're right, they're stopping way close. When they stop, their pads, their knees are at his head. Go, back up, okay?
And that was some really good pressure down there by the Props. I haven't been able to say that too much in this broadcast tonight so far, but that right there has been their best possession, and they need to find a way to build on that.
Yeah. Yeah, a turnover behind the net now. Oh, in front of the net, it's loose, and it's trickling. He can't find it. Stockton's hacking at it. It's still loose. Rowan manages to stop play here. That puck was just shoveled out in front, got kicked around by a few different people, both sides here. Beltramini ends up on his butt back in his own net. So we got a minute and 3 seconds left here in this first period. But you're right. I mean, now that's the momentum. That may have been the longest sustained attack that we've had so far. Now it's at the end of the first period. That could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Do you break momentum now, or does it come into the second period as, hey, let's continue where we left off?
And this is something that you're going to have to make adjustments for.
Oh, and a big hit by Stockton puts a man down on the ice. And Stockton comes into a slot with the puck, ends up getting blocked by our defenseman. And another hit. Number 6 from Stockton is just throwing his body around, man. The puck gets sent all the way down for icing. 44 seconds left. Rowan clears the icing and shovels it back into their man, and it bounces in on Sheehan. Sheehan managed to protect him. Rowan makes sure they stop dead in front of Sheehan. And now we got a little push and shove into the corner. My goodness, man. This is... That was number 6, Darren Wan, who is the assistant captain left wing for Stockton, who was over out in front of their bench and put a solid body on at least 3 guys.
And again, this is rivalry night. This is what the fans come to see. They come to see bodies shoving, bodies pushing, bodies hitting.
Yeah. All right, so now alongside Sheehan, who's back in net for Stockton here. Stockton wins the faceoff. Oh, not without a hard hit there. Who was that? Ryan Scott puts another body on a body here. Fogelman fakes a backhand. Oh, and ends up scaring off Osprey with his move. Oh, and a high hit here from Stockton. Helmet into the helmet of Fogelman. Fogelman put his hand out to the ref. The ref does not respond at all. Terrible. Oh, a nice high shot from the circle. And here is Gandy. Ooh, Gandy puts it across the slot. It doesn't hit anybody. Ends up going to the opposite circle. Stockton looks for a flutter and clear, and they have a man in the high slot. Offsides. Man, that was just a back and forth. That was dangerous play there because that fluttered in. He had nobody with him.
And this is something I think we're going to see tonight. We're going to see the refs more or less keep their hands down besides that one penalty that was blatant in front of the ref.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see him let him play when it comes to hitting penalties like that. Anything that would be considered a penalty tonight, you're not going to see him call it.
Yeah, the hit right here in front of us, that was Matt Flynn, number 27. I feel like he was aiming for a clean hit. There was no malice intent, but both his hands hit Jared Fogelman right in the head. You hear his helmet clack. So we got a second left here. Stockton Osprey will eat it down in the corner. And Rowan Prof goes over. They're talking. Nothing comes of it. So that was a feisty first period here as the Rowan D3 team takes on Stockton Ospreys. It was fast from the jump. You said it as soon as we got out here. And then as it built, a little bit of frustrations built, man, and both teams are throwing bodies left and right.
And you can see the pros coming off the ice right now. They look frustrated. They look a little lost.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good time to go into the locker room, sit down with your coaches, and figure out where you guys are doing well, where you're being well, and where you can be better at right now. And I think there's going to be a lot of adjustments made, and they need to find ways to counteract this big, strong Stockton team because they're just throwing bodies, they're throwing hits, and they're just skating around them right now.
Yeah.
And they need to find ways to kind of negate that.
Yeah, the game, I think for me, I've seen so much, there's been so many fights along the board for the puck. I mean, you have to beat men, you have to get there first, otherwise it's going to be a fight. And right now, I think Stockton's beating them. We had one sustained pressure into the offensive zone. Other than that, the ice has been tilted towards our end, and it just, we got to find out what needs to happen to combat that.
And I agree. The board battles definitely have not been helping them. They've been losing a lot of board battles in their own zone. They're letting guys just kind of walk around in their zone, and they're losing assignments. And I think that's something that you got to address in the locker room right now and kind of refocus.
Yeah, so again, we're going to take a moment here. Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey. It's the men's Rowan ice hockey is breaking between the first and second period versus the Stockton Osprey. Matt Delvecchia here with Nick Butler. We will join you in a moment when we see you on the other side of the break. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulty starting the second period there. Rowan Prost versus Stockton University Ospreys here at Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey. Welcome back, Nick Butler.
Hello. It's great to be here.
Yep. So we finished off a feisty first period. Let's see how everybody opens up this second period. Oh, puck flutters out. Oh, and a block up over Shane Ewing's head. Can't quite find it. And Rowan comes up with it at the point over the top of the circles here. A shot gets blocked high and wide into the net. So hopefully it continues as fast and as hard as it was at the end of the first period.
I mean, I know it's only been about 15 seconds here, but this is already a much different Prost team than we saw in that entire first period. I mean, they're looking a little more aggressive. They're looking exactly for the puck where they want to be it.
Yeah. So now you got Chase Dyer out with Matt Meldrum, along with Will Bank as forwards, and Beltramini manages to swallow one up there. If you saw, he had his stick out wide. I don't know if he's playing defense. Now he knows those guys are coming in, so he's putting his stick out there as a way to say, get away from me. Got Shane Ewing back on defense. He's been a force tonight in his own defensive zone. He's a big guy. Threw a couple shoulders and cleared some pucks out. Goes in behind Rowan. Rowan trickles out in front, and they manage to collect it. Here they come out of the zone. They're looking to clear. And a good charge through the neutral zone. He's a great skater. Matt Meldrum into the offensive zone. He goes into the corner. Blocked off by the ref. Oh, my God. And an upending hit. Osprey is down. That was an absolutely upending hit by Chase Dyer. He came down the boards and was not even looking for the puck there, I thought. But he's down. He's to his knees now. The refs are holding down two players. One of the Stockton Osprey went after that. I'm sorry, that was Matt Meldrum. That's Matt Meldrum that he's taken down. I don't think that's who hit him. I'm not 100% sure. That was a giant hit, though. And Stockton Osprey is up on his feet. That is number 39, Zach Harmel, defenseman for Stockton, who just caught the worst end of a downhill hit when he was not ready for it.
And it was a clean hit. I mean, he went through the body, and I just don't think he was expecting that hit the way it came. No. I mean, he was looking, his head was down. He was looking for the puck. He lost it at that time, and
you know what? I felt like sorry to cut you off there. I felt like he turned up the boards a little lackadaisical. Now, the puck wasn't on his, but he had that was a finishing hit.
Yep.
The puck got pushed away, and he was in possession of it. They're going to call a penalty.
Yeah.
So I wonder, maybe they're saying it was a little bit late, or maybe just because of the way he got hit.
I think it's a 4-on-4. Two are in the box. I think it was the two players that went down.
Okay, so it was the aftermath they're calling the penalties on. That, like we said, I think that hit was pretty legal. For as bad as it looked, I mean, his skates came up. He went over, man. That was a big hit.
I mean, that's hockey 101, though. I mean, you learn that as a peewee. You learn don't keep your head down coming around those boards because there's going to be somebody looking to take your head off.
Yeah, and you know the way this first period went. You know this game's getting feisty. You better keep your head up and move quick.
And so you can see the rest right now. They're already saying, all right, that's it. That's all that's going to happen tonight.
Yep, they just went both benches. And now the Stockton's coach is leaning into an open bench door here, talking to the refs. It seems relatively friendly, some head shaking. I think that's Coach Dan DeMonte who's yelling at his own player in the penalty box. I think there's some talking going on behind the glass. And the ref gives him was that the ref giving another warning there?
Yeah, I just don't see anything wrong with the hit. I think it was a good hit. It was a clean hit. It wasn't no malintention. You could see right away. You know, I just think that he came in a little hot too.
Yeah.
And you know,
I mean, he took the best of the clean hit. It was a clean hit. So now, oh no, I'm sorry, you're correct. 4-on-4 hockey. So you got a lot of ice now. Face off just outside the Osprey zone. And the ref holds to drop the puck. It's Matt Gandy who comes out with it, shoves it back to Fogelman. Fogelman back to Gandy. Just got plenty of room. Looks to charge into the neutral zone across center ice. Oh, look at this. And they're letting him dance a little bit. He's still got possession. Good skate in. And the ref, that is the third time that ref has gotten away with the puck. And that's a crucial situation. That blocked our whole, that just changed our whole possession. So now the Ospreys get the puck, and they're coming out to neutral zone. But it's 3-on-1, and another big hit by J.J. Fogelman. He hit number 6, who has been throwing bodies around, Juan, who's the... Oh, and a puck soared into Beltramini. Luckily hit him right in the numbers. That was a good hit. J.J. Fogelman, he didn't knock him over, but he managed to knock Juan off the puck, and Juan, the assistant captain of the Ospreys, got a little shock there coming into the offensive zone.
And this is something you want to see from the Pross bench right now. They're up on their feet. They're energetic. They're electric. This is something you want to see, and this is something you didn't see in the last period at all.
No, I agree.
This is a much different hockey team we're seeing in this period.
So the faceoff gets won by Stockton, who goes down in the deep. There's a man in the slot, untouched. The puck comes back to the point. A shot soars wide and around to the corner up in front of the bench. Picked up by the defenseman and shoveled back in deep. And here's Stockton battling for it behind their own net. Again, 2 men beat him to the puck. Of course, they come out with that. You have to beat men to the puck. It's a good rub there against the boards by our defenseman, but we still need to retain possession. Stockton comes out with it again. They go point to point, gets blocked off, fluttered into the neutral zone. Oh, and a bad bounce for Rowan. A good poke check by Beltramini in front of his own net. That was scary for a second there. A good hit by Stockton. Puck gets back to Profs. Now we got one of these board battles behind the net. Stockton comes out with it again. This is not an odd man rush. There are 2 Ospreys by themselves along this left side of the ice. Oh, a fluttering shot gets tipped and whacked out by Rowan. They finally clear, and Stockton has to collect at the top of their circles, but they call a change, and now Stockton, oh, and a nice stepped in front. It didn't look like he put a shoulder in. He just took enough off him to knock the guy off. That was number 21, Zach Rosell, looked like. And now Rowan fumbles with a little bit. They maintain possession. Rosell tries to shovel it out, gets blocked down by Stockton, and they turn around and put it in the net. Man, he just took a little bit longer than he probably should have. He made a pass across the center ice, which is usually forbidden, and it banked off of Stockton, and they managed to put it right in the back of the net to the left of Beltramini.
And that's just a bad turnover in general. I mean, you had 2 pros fumbling for the puck, fighting on each other, and they come into the zone, and you try to flip it out, and you just turn it over with a bad turnover, by the way. And that's not the first one that happened on that possession either.
No.
You have to find better ways. If you're going to try to backhand it out, you got to keep it low. You can't put that high where they're able to glove it down and throw it down on the ice.
Keep it low, keep it along the board. There's no reason you go across center ice, across the center of the ice with that. He went, it just was a bad angle, and takes a lot of momentum away from these props who've been working hard. Now the puck flutters past Rowan all the way out, and here's Stockton in with the puck. 2-on-2, a quick shot. Beltramini manages to put it away. A little bit of pushing and shoving around again. That was number 27, Matt Flynn, who's been all over the ice tonight for Stockton. He comes in along the left side and just fires one. Luckily, he did not pick a side or a corner, so it hit Beltramini right in the numbers there. And now we have a face-off just to his right. So now we're back. We should be even ice now. Not that it wasn't, but 5-on-5 hockey, so to speak. Oh, and the puck gets slid along the ice, blocked away by Stockton, and here they come turning out into the neutral zone. A hard pass cannot get picked off. Oh, and 2 Rowan profs smash a Osprey along their own bench. The puck in behind their net now, and he sends it around the boards. And Rowan, oh, a nice shovel pass out to the center. But man, it is bouncing. Stockton's getting sticks on pucks here. Rowan flutters one in. Ends up on a Stockton stick. They go out to their own point and clear in the neutral zone, and now we got a battle along the boards, which ends up on Stockton's stick in their own zone. He saucers one out to neutral zone, kicked in and saved by Rowan. And then Stockton out again in the neutral zone. Back into our offensive zone. Good defense played there. Oh, the puck flutters behind. I thought it looked like it was up and over, but it didn't. It comes back to the point for Stockton. They smack it back in wide, but collected by Beltramini, who get a whistle. Man, there's a second where the puck is bouncing everywhere, and you're like, all right, Rowan's there, and then Stockton ends up with it. Rowan's there, Stockton ends up with it. It's a bouncing pucks. Everybody's getting sticks to it, but you got to beat men to the puck. You have to continuously go to the puck.
And I think I might have jinxed it when I said that this team looked a lot different, because right after I said that, I mean, they went right back into the shell that they were in that last period here.
Yep. You got Stockton wins a faceoff in the offensive zone and slides down into the slot, and a good stick by Shane Ewing manages to protect the puck out in front of Beltramini. Again, no shot taken. And thank God for Shane Ewing, was pinned on his man there and manages to lift the stick when it looked like he was going to get a stick on the puck. Oh, and a good hit by Stockton, but that was actually a good defensive play for not letting him skate in with the puck there. And Shane Ewing again trying to push men around to get control. And Zes Castorina digging in low, can't get a hold of it. Stockton is just taking their time right now. They're controlling the puck. They're playing the body along the boards. Oh, and it finally gives it up, and here comes Andolino, I believe. Yep. Oh, and a nice little backhand pass to Donnelly. Donnelly gets shoved off the puck. Castorina puts a body in front of Juan, and Juan manages to get out the neutral zone. Rowan clears. Stockton. Ooh, a missed pass in the neutral zone by Stockton. He still manages to rush in for it. Here's Ewing, has to make a quick decision. Shovels along the boards, manages to get past one Stockton offenseman. And back in, a good whack. Now right out front of the slot, a shot taken wide. Oh, and that should be a call. No call. Stick got to the skate. Looked like it would have been a trip to me. Here's Angelino in the zone, neutral zone. Can't quite get a hold of it. Now Stockton's back in our zone. Right along the circles, a shot. Gets blocked down and slides across the ice to the opposite corner. And Rowan finally manages to clear off of a bounce up the ice in front of the Osprey bench. Oh, now you got a quick little Casarina looking to make a quick play. Donnelly ends up with the puck on his stick, puts it in front of Casarina. Casarina can't quite handle it as it bounces all over the slot, and Stockton clears. And now we got not a race, I mean, it's his. It's all rights to it. Here's Stockton in the Rowan prop zone. Oh, right out front of the slot, and a good position by Beltramini, who manages to smack it away. Puck flutters off the boards. Rowan's still looking to clear. Angelino, gets a stick up and around his gloves. No call again. I don't know how hard that was, but it looked like it was up and around. They're going to call this icing. Jeez, man.
That last scoring opportunity for the Ospreys all started by a bad line change by the Profs, with a bad turnover leading to them rushing in.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be aware when you're trying to get off the ice as you're the defenseman. You have to be aware about who's around you and when you're getting off the ice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it was 12 who might have been the last player back, but he was lucky that he noticed what was going on because he was able to get back in position at least before he jumped off the ice here.
Yep. So Castorina's still out there along with Evan Knoll here. And it looks like Angelino, so the whole line stays. They step up, they're trying to clear the zone. They finally do. It slides slowly just into the offensive zone of Stockton. They bank it off the boards, and Donnelly knocks it down to the ice, puts it on his stick, and stays back to control before shoveling it into Castorina, who cuts it across the circle with the puck, takes a shot, but it gets blocked off by Ospreys. Doesn't even hit the net, and they go in behind the goalie.
And that's where the big bodies of the Ospreys are coming in tonight on that defensive end. I mean, they're getting in, they're blocking pucks, and you're not getting good shots on.
Yeah, now they're going to call a high stick. He didn't even touch the puck. I thought that, now, J.J. Fogelman put a high stick there. It didn't even look like he touched it, but even if he did touch it, it looked like Stockton was going to handle it, but they still blow it dead. Now, just as you were talking about the heavy hitting, Fogelman steps into a hit here. It should have been much worse. I think Fogelman actually put up a good stiff response to that. And there was a good collision just at the top of the circle here to the goalie's left, to Sheehan's left, excuse me. So now you got to face off just outside the zone here. Chase Dyer in. He's with Matt Meldrum and Will Bank. Meldrum tries to get in and put some pressure on, and here's Dyer's going to backhand it in. Meldrum's there to collect. He tries to get into the slot. Oh, and Stockton Osprey tried to put a hit on, couldn't do so. Meldrum looked like he gave him a little shot just to say, I know you were coming for me. And a wrist shot was blocked down by Stockton, who then turns around. Now they're off the ice. That quickly, that happened. Puck is shoveled across the slot. Good pickup by, looks like Gandy, and the puck comes loose. So now you got Meldrum looking to poke it past the defenseman, can't do so. Stockton sends it back up the boards. Oh, and a good finishing hit there by Chase Dyer. Guy was already low, and he just pushed him right over. They backhanded out, and here's Dyer, ends up with Dyer again into the neutral zone. He's across the dot, and into the high slot, takes a snapshot. Gloved by Sheehan.
And I think that's been their best chance all night.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 12 minutes, 51 seconds
Yep.
left in the second, and I'm just now saying that's been your best opportunity all night, and that's an issue.
I agree. I mean, other than Castorina cutting into the circles right there, but that shot didn't even get to Sheehan. That shot right there looked like it had the most opportunity and still was an easy save for Sheehan. So you got Colin Sulo taking a face-off. He wins it back. They shovel it back down deep was Nick Canforo. And here, and they slide it out to the shorthand, that shorthand back door, or the opposite side back door. I feel like everybody's anticipating the opposite, but they send it into the same side. It's confusing. And a Rowan Prof gets dumped behind the net, no call, and then the Stockton Osprey ends up on a stick and shoots it wide. Another big hit behind the net on Canforo, and he falls on top of the guy, and a little extra love on the ice there. Oh, and they try to slide it into the center ice, and it's shoveled away by Beltramini and finally cleared up by Rowan. Stockton will collect the neutral zone. They turn it over, and here's Rowan. Oh, and a nice reach there by number 44 for Stockton. And a good hit going in is Colin Sulo. He tries to end it. And a good shot blocked away by Sheehan. That was Steve Poulin from his butt, took a hack at the puck and manages to get it up on net there. Oh, and a nice big hit. Knocked the man off the puck is Colin Sulo. And now two Ospreys go for him. Man, bodies are going everywhere right now. Puck turned over to Poulin. Poulin skates backwards. Trying to shovel into the slot across two men, but He could not, Ryan Scott just could not get his stick on it. We got a penalty now. They're going to call Stockton. That was another good opportunity there. The puck slid it in between the skates of two. I mean, got pushing and shoving here in front of the bench. I don't know if it was an accident. But now you got some players gathering here. But yeah, that puck went in between two players' skates. And man, he could not finish. It did hit his stick. I don't think he expected it to. And Ryan Scott just got surprised by it.
The prof down here who got taken down on that, which would have been an interference call, who was able to somehow get that puck and still make a great shot. I can't believe he was able to regain his strength there and take that shot. I thought he was going to score on that. That was a great move all around.
So now you got 5-on-4 hockey in the offensive zone. Will Bank is out there with Matt Meldrum and Andolino, who Andolino is putting up a fight up front of the net, but then the puck gets cleared out to center ice, and they have to kind of regroup. That's Chase Dyer who's back on defense, along with Evan Knoll, and they get sent away from a clearing opportunity. Rowan behind the net. That was a risky pass also, but he manages to make it. So now we got Evan Knoll, I believe, who's skating into the zone just behind the circles, probably put it in the slot for a prof, and manages to bounce past everybody. And now we got Chase Dyer again back to collect. He fends off a hit by knocking down the Osprey. Stockton sends it all the way down, and Beltramini will get his stick on it. Oh my goodness, that was a cross-check hit from behind going into the boards. That was a dangerous hit.
And that is just one of those plays that you just don't make. Even if you're frustrated, you don't go two hands on the back of a player going into the boards like that.
No.
He's defenseless, and it's just a bad play. It's a bad play all around.
And there was no reason for it. I mean, it was one-on-one hockey. The puck was in the boards. You can knock a man over. You got to get in the right position. You can't hit somebody from behind. It's just a straight-up dangerous play. You can't have I mean, face going into the glass like that is dangerous.
Now the Profs have pretty much 3 minutes here on the power play. They need to be able to find one here.
Right, so now you got 5-on-3 hockey. There's plenty of ice, plenty of time. They should settle and stay calm. They go point over into the circle, back to Fogelman. Fogelman tries to collect with the skate. He does. No offsides. That was tight there. He takes a wrist shot blocked, and Stockton manages to clear. Okay, so you got Patrick Condello. He's back here collecting the puck. He's moving around. I think it's the first time I've seen him tonight. If not the second, but he manages to make a nice pass, and now we're back to Fogelman back at the point. He looks to line up a pass. He gets it back over across to the circle, and then back to Fogelman. Fogelman looked to wind up, fakes it over, and a turnover. Straight up. Oh, and they managed to collect again, and now we got Rowan back into the zone. Okay. So here's Condello with the puck. He goes to the other top of the circle for Fogelman. Fogelman looking to make a pass. Ospreys are staying in a tight triangle in front of that net, and oh man, Ryan Scott just rushed to the center looking for something, and nothing ended up coming up with it. And Stockton is screaming their head off. The goalie lost his blocker and his stick. Don't know what happened. I just heard them hollering.
The Profs have to make some more passes here. They're looking to shoot, and they're getting their shots blocked here at the high point. Yeah. You need to start looking, because I'm seeing open guys on either side of the ice here, and you need to be able to be aware of what's going on if you want to have a successful power play.
You have to move the defense, and when you move the defense, you'll move the goalie. You know, if they keep making simple passes, Stockton's triangle gets stronger and stronger because they solidify, they can see where it is. If you move the puck side to side, you get them spread out. Now they have to try and find it, hurry up and get to this portion of the ice. They have to move the puck. You're absolutely right. And they managed to clear with control, actually. Now they're into the neutral zone. And we got one man on, so you get 5-on-4 hockey. A shot gets on Beltramini. I don't know how they managed to let a shot happen right now. 9 minutes, 35 seconds left in the second period with 44 seconds left on a Stockton penalty here. So Profs are still on the power play. They try to rush into the zone all by himself. He gets dumped, and it's a turnover. That was Evan Knoll who looked to make a play there. I think he went a little too far. Okay, so now Rowan's got some pressure in their own zone. They managed to get it to the neutral zone. Here's Will Bank with it, number 7. Oh, he gets tripped up. I don't know if there's going to be a call or not, but Rowan maintains possession. And here comes Matt Meldrum, who turns it over along the boards. And the Ospreys send it back down to Beltramini. Oh, Beltramini, look at this. Nice little pass up into the offensive zone. Rowan clears. Oh, a good high shot. Wasn't the hardest shot in the world. He was still in the right position, though, and Sheehan puts his shoulder on. That was Will Bank who took that shot right away. I'm okay with that. Let's get a stoppage, get another face-off, try and get set up again.
Now, The power play to me looked like it was a little leaning there. I mean, you have to be better on that power play because now you're going to come off that bench. You're going to be frustrated. You just had probably the best chance of the night to try to get one back here, and you just let it slip away.
I agree. I mean, you got 2 men down, and they managed to clear way too many times. And with, again, like I said, with control. And they are again through the neutral zone. As Condello tries to put a stick on it, a fluttering puck ends up in the glove of Beltramini, and then we'll get a face-off down in our zone. 8 minutes, 31 seconds left here. Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey on RTN. Watch live. We got a back-to-back doubleheader tonight. This is the men's D3 squad. Right after this, you'll see D2 squad go against Ryder. It is rivalry night here. So Stockton is D3's biggest rival, and Ryder will bring a hard game to Rowan. It's always a feisty one, and it should be a great night of hockey here on RTN. So stay with us. And now we got Stockton in center ice, 3-on-2 with 2 props trailing. Puck gets blocked in behind Beltramini and shoveled back into the corner. Stockton will come up with it, taking their time, slides across the slot with no action. Rowan sends it up high and hits the ceiling, I think. There's Jake Kelly looking to clear and just kind of whacks it straight up. So I think the puck stays in the zone.
The props have to find a way to get out of the zone here. I don't know how many more times I could say it tonight. I mean, they just look discombobulated in their own zone, and they just can't seem to make good tape-to-tape passes.
It's just about puck control, and puck control starts with winning pucks and getting to the pucks. Oh, and a good block. Oh, that puck still was a knuckleball into Beltramini, who managed to send it wide, hits the glove of a prop. It comes down on Stockton's stick. Stockton has a nice shot and blocked away by Beltramini. And now Rowan has to dig it out of their own corner. Here's J.J. Fogelman looking to eat it up and maintain control. Prop sends it in around the corner. Ryan Scott's going to look to come out. Does not get it. Kicked away. I don't know what they're going to call here.
I'm just as confused as you are. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, what just happened? I don't know if I missed something.
Oh, the net off? I guess the net was off.
Oh, yeah. It's, new ice here, right? Relatively new ice, we should say. So it's been something of a common occurrence, but I think the more you barrel out those posts, I think it'll get better, hopefully. It happens a lot. J.J. Fogelman wings it around, and it's left for Gandy. Gandy up to... Oh no, a puck across the... I'm sorry, I froze there for a second. I was hoping for a goal. Ryan Scott, that was coming down the boards. He left it, and it got sent across the zone and back on Osprey's stick. Osprey's break into the offensive zone, looking for a call, but he was holding his stick the whole time. I mean, the prof let go of it. Oh, man, Stockton comes in hard again. So it looks like it toned down a little bit, right? We're not seeing as hard of a hit, but Stockton hasn't let up either. So it's not like it's gone in favor of Rowan. It's just we're not getting after it anymore.
And I think the profs are frustrated, and you can see it. I mean, you know, they've had good opportunities, but they're just not getting the puck through. They're not being able to see the puck get through, and that frustration's starting to really show here with their play.
So we got a face-off here to the right of Beltramini, won by Stockton, and sent out all the way around, and that's Donnelly who'll come up with it. He looks to pass the neutral zone. Oh, no, gets it back to Ewing. Ewing shovels it out as he falls into the zone, past 2 Ospreys, and here's Andolino trying to get to it and cannot. Wraps around for Donnelly. Donnelly isn't able to control it and gets back to the neutral zone. Oh, man. Evan Knoll tried to shovel to Ewing. Ewing couldn't get it. Now shot in on it. Beltramini puts a good shoulder on it and knocks it down. And now here's Rowan turns around with it in neutral zone. Oh, a big hit from Stockton. Clean hit. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, and collision here just to the right of Sheehan, Stockton's goalie, but nothing out of it. Puck puts it into the neutral zone. Shoves it all the way back down. Evan Knoll tried to backhand pass and just could not get it to his man. It turned into a whole fluster. Oh, and a big hit and a big shot. Andolino puts a body on a guy. And now Donnelly gets it in the neutral zone and crosses into the Osprey offensive zone. Oh, another big hit, man. They are not letting anybody go. Andolino just does not control it in the zone. And Stockton, thankfully, missed the pass all the way down the ice. They should call icing. Why wasn't there no icing on that? I don't understand, but Stockton does. Oh, Stockton comes out with it, takes a shot, blocked away. 2 blocks in a row. First it was Shane Ewing, then Evan Knoll got down on the ice. No shot made it to Beltramini after the whole play.
And that's one right there that you can't just watch the puck go down for an icing. You have to beat them out.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't icing, but you can't assume anything. Oh, and a good pass and a great shot, but blocked off by Beltramini. Beltramini looking good in these last couple shots taken on before those 2 blocks also. But I don't understand why there wasn't icing called down there. But they just called icing here on Rowan, so now we have another face-off in our own zone. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left here. The Rowan Prof D3 team plays the Stockton Ospreys here in Sewell, New Jersey. First of 2 games for Rowan tonight. The D2 team plays Ryder at 7:30. Live again here on RTN, streaming on YouTube. And a turnover in neutral zone. And Stockton comes up with it. They go side to side and then back up into the neutral zone once they clear some space. And now you got, oh, a big hit right at the circle, top of this, or excuse me, just in front of the blue line there. Squirts out the neutral zone. Stockton comes back to collect, and they send it all the way back out, down into the corner. Evan Knoll will come up with it. Looking to make some space. Being patient. Beltramini put his stick into somebody there. Bounces around a little bit, and the Ospreys come up with it. Now we're into the circles to the left. Beltramini, good shot off the post. He did not even see that one. It clanked and went wide, thank God. And now you got Stockton shovels it back into the zone. And, oh, man, Rowan could not come up with it. Chase Dyer, look at his stick, just went right over top of it. Here's Matt Meldrum trying to put pressure on his guy. Stockton is just controlling the ice right now, absolutely. Snapshot blocked off by Meldrum. And the puck will end up to the left. They finally flutter it out. They can clear. Good grief, man.
The Pros are so lucky this is a 1-0 game right now.
Yeah.
I mean, a puck right off the post, another puck going across. They just haven't been able to connect. Just shot after shot after shot. They're so lucky this is a 1-0 game currently.
Not being played like a good block down there. Oh, and the Rowan's trying to get it out from their slot. That was a good block by Nick Canfora before it slid across the ice there. And Stockton's still winning every puck right now. They send it in along the boards. Sloppy clear to the middle, ends up still in the zone. A backhand out by Zuchek, doesn't clear. Now they fight along the boards. Finally gets out of the zone, and the left for Will Bank, who comes into the offensive zone, tries to make a move and gets poked off his stick, and ends up with a small hit. Here comes, oh man, here comes Jack Kelly. Excuse me, Jack Kelly, who tried to put a big hit in on Rowan. Could not come up with the puck. Another big hit there in the corner by, oh, and a snapshot taken on net, bounces around but sent aside by Sheehan. Oh man, now they're getting after it. Mike DeFord sends a shoulder to somebody and then pushes the puck over to Jake Kelly. Jake Kelly backhand to the point, over to Canfaro. Canfaro down, oh, Gandy. Oh my goodness, Gandy, excuse me, took a shot, got bounced away. Back to Gandy again, takes another slap shot, tipped up over, oh, and Sheehan just got a blocker on it. Puck behind the net now. A great push from Rowan here. Puck gets cleared out to the point. Here's Gandy. He's going to take a big, it was okay. A hit out front of his own bench, but the puck gets sent in the top of the circles. I can't tell who's controlling it. Finally out to a shot there and hits his own man. And he is down. Oh, and then another guy got hit in the helmet. He goes down. That was a loud couple of plays there. It looked like Colin Sulo was trying to take a shot. Hit right off of Jake Kelly, number 23 for Rowan. And then an Osprey accidentally skates into him and gets hit in the head with a shot right after. What are the chances?
That's just unlucky.
Yeah, that's actually Stockton's captain, Zach Harmel. Defenseman. He's listed as a defenseman, but he just got pinged right off the forehead with a puck. I know you got a helmet on, but man.
Still, ears are probably ringing at that moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been there, done that. Not a fan.
Unfortunately. All right, so puck in front of the Rowan bench here. Colin Sulo wins it back to Gandy. Gandy over to Fogelman. Fogelman settles it down. Oh, a nice little backhand saucer pass up to his own guy there. Zach Roselle leaves it for his guy. They try to go one across over to Ryan Scott, who could not handle it, and now we're back up the ice. Oh, a good finishing hit by Ryan Scott. And Fogelman tries to leave it, ends up putting it back into Stockton's possession. Puck rolls it forward. Oh, could have been a big hit, but I think it was a good defense by the 24 for Rowan there, Ryan Scott. And puck gets bounced around the neutral zone. Oh, look at this here, Scott. And the stick gets lifted as he could not get control of it, but he almost had an opportunity for a shot. Now that's Zach Roselle puts it one quick, and it's going to go wide, gloved by Sheehan, and we'll get a face-off.
And this is one of the reasons why the Ospreys have been absolutely dominating this game tonight, is anticipation. They're anticipating where the puck's going to be at all moments. You're not seeing anybody standing around on the ice on their team tonight. Rowan, a lot of times when you're watching them in their defensive zone or offensive zone, when the puck's coming out or the puck's coming to them, they're not ready for the puck a lot of the times. Either their back's turned to it or they're just not paying attention to the puck, and you got to be anticipating that puck onto your stick at all times.
They're going to call a quick high stick here, just a reactive high stick here, just to the side of the circle by Colin Sulo. A minute and 43 seconds left here in the second period. It is a 1-0 game. You said it a minute ago. It feels like it should be way more slanted towards Stockton, but Rowan hanging on with a 1-goal deficit here as the second period comes. Oh, and a shot makes it into Beltramini. It bounces up a couple of times. Beltramini puts a glove on it. Lots of sticks into the goalie, and finally Rowan pushes some guys back, and we get some sticks up high here. Stockton's been encroaching, so to speak, all night long. Well, I shouldn't say all night long. In the beginning of the game, they were doing it every minute. It slowed down a little bit. Now a couple of bodies got thrown around a minute ago, and now it looks like stuff's starting to flare up again. I mean, Rowan needs it.
They need to find some way to just turn the pressure around here. I mean, I don't know what changes can be made right now, but you need to find a way going out of this period coming up and just finding a way to make these adjustments work. I mean, it seemed like they were starting to make it work in that beginning of the period here, and they just got away from all their adjustments, and they've gone into the shell.
And then we get another face-off won by Stockton. Ends up with a quick shot, and again a save by Beltramini. Back to another face-off here. And Stockton wins it. It bounces up high in the slot. No one gets a stick on it. They come out with it. Oh, a turning shot whiffed on by Stockton. And now Rowan has it out in neutral zone. Oh, man, it looked like an elbow got put into Chase Dyer's head, but nothing comes of it there. And here's Matt Meldrum, blocks the puck back in. Jake Kelly gets put down on the ice there. And the puck comes around. Oh, another big hit in the corner there. Rowan is finishing everywhere. Meldrum ends up with the puck on the point. Flutters in and kicked away by Sheehan. A good steal there by Jake Kelly. He's fighting for it right now. But Stockton comes up with it again. Another good hack by Kelly. Cannot get his hands on it. Gets sent out to center ice. Ewing doesn't step up quite soon enough, and now Stockton goes around him. Puck on the backhand, but he can't get to Beltramini. And that is Condello. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Evan Knoll who sends it into the corner. He goes to get it himself, but Stockton has the puck on the stick still. Oh, sent out in front of Beltramini, who puts a stick down. And with 30 seconds left in the second period, we'll have another face-off out front.
And again, as I keep saying, the profs are getting caught puck watching. They are puck watching. They're not anticipating the puck. Whether you're a forward or you're a defenseman in your zone, if you're a forward, you should be coming down to help your defenseman. If you know that the defenseman is down and you're just standing at your point with nobody there, you need to get in. You need to get down there to help. You can't just watch.
Yeah, every play is all hands on deck right now. You don't want to get caught with too many players down ice or in a bad spot, of course, but anything that comes into your bubble, I mean, you need to be in there. This is all hands on deck to win every puck. We've been saying it for 2 periods now. Rowan sends it in behind, stopped by Sheehan so his defenseman can pick it up. Casarino, who hasn't played in the last few minutes, this is the first time I've seen him out there in a long time. So you got Casarino out there with Andolino. Andolino trying to fight for it in the corner. Stockton comes up with it and wings it around. Fogelman at the point, could not quite get his balance before getting possession. He whiffs at it, and Stockton to clear as the period ends. So, I don't know, from my perspective, a rather disappointing period from Rowan there, although it is a 1-0 game still.
I really thought we were going to see a turnaround from this Profs team right now. I really thought that they were going to be a different team with more energy. I mean, they came out those first 2 minutes. They looked really good.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they just went back into a shell. And I think you gotta go into this locker room right now. You gotta again regroup, and you gotta talk about what you're seeing out there. And you know what the coaches are seeing, and I think it's going to be exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, you got to understand what the conversation in the locker room should be some sort of intensity. I mean, these guys need to come out and push back a little bit. And like we said, it's 1-0. It feels like it's 5-0. But not a great period for the Rowan Profs here. Hopefully they come out in the third. Join us on the other side here at RTN. I'm Matt Delavecchia with Nick Butler here at Hollydale Ice Arena. Come back for period 3 here of the Rowan Profs D3 versus Stockton. And we will see you in a few moments. Thank you. right, welcome to period 3 here on RTN. My name is Matt Delavecchio. I'm here with Nick Butler at Hollydale Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey. Again, period 3 of the Rowan Profs Division 3 team versus the Stockton Osprey. First period was a feisty one. It finished that way. A lot of hits, fast hockey. It got a little vicious, a lot of sticks high. Second period, we had more penalties, but the game slowed down a tad as far as hits and penalties and being so vicious. Rowan's really back on their heels right now. It has to be a responsive third period for anything to happen.
The Profs have to the Profs have to simplify their game. I mean, that's what you really need to do right now. I mean, they've been trying to be fancy. They're trying to get down, go through legs, get pucks through legs, get through skates. Simplify the game. Simple passes get you open looks and will get you shots onto the net. Take the body, but make the play if you're going to take that body, or else you're just taking the body to take a hit.
Yeah, look, a lot of my dad's coaching of hockey was devils in the details. And this game, tonight's details has been the battle along the boards. If you don't win the puck by getting there first, it's going to be a fight along the boards. And we've been, number one, not getting there. Number two, losing those battles as a result. We just have to get fired up and make a push here. It's a 1-0 game. We need to make it feel like it's the other way around. Here we go, and a quick shot from Ospreys end up in the glove of Beltramini, and a little bit of push and shoving to start the period. I'm okay with that. I think they need it. This is when the old school ice hockey, this is when fighting used to make a difference. It's a 1-0 game. It's the start of the third period. If you have a fight right now, it jacks everybody up. We're college, I know, I'm fantasizing, but that's why hockey matters. That's why fighting matters, excuse me. So Rowan out in the neutral zone here. A good sliding pass up to Mike Meldrum. Meldrum has one man over his right. He takes a shot that bounces off the defenseman on the Osprey. They managed to whack up the boards, and now we have a battle in behind here. Meldrum looks to attack. J.J. Fogelman tries to step up. It bounces wide, and Rowan collects it and clears. And back into the corner here. A lot of pucks along the boards, like we were saying on. Oh, a good keep by Gandy there. And now we got Rowan out to center ice. It's Ryan Scott who manages to go back to J.J. Fogelman with a good snap pass up to the neutral zone, but there Chase Dyer comes in for some control. Gandy goes end to end, or excuse me, side to side, and a fluttering clearing attempt ends up in the glove of Stockton, who then comes into the middle of the slot. And now we have lots of men, black jerseys. A quick shot on Beltramini with sent away. Puck finally clears out to the neutral zone, and Stockton comes back to get it, but keeps it in the neutral zone. They never even get into. Oh, and now we got a man off the bench manages to get the puck. Zach Roselle kicked it away from Stockton, and they send it into the slot. A backhanded attempt to. Oh, they can't get the puck on it. And he gets shoved down to the ice. He could not get his stick on it. That was number 24, Ryan Scott, who's been everywhere this shift. Puck goes high, ends up on Stockton's stick. They come to the top of the circle, quick shot, gloved. It's going wide, but Beltramini got a glove on it, and we'll have a face-off to the left of him right now.
And this is where I was saying simplify your game. You had a good 2-on-1 going when you're in the zone, and you take a shot that gets blocked by a Stockton player right in the zone. Take your time, get closer to the net, make a play, make a pass, make that defender get off of you, and really make a great play here.
Yeah, you got to use that space. Walk in. Let things develop a little bit. The puck flutters to the right of Beltramini. Stockton gets a stick on it and a glove. I don't think he knew where it was. Luckily, it hit him in the pad and a glove, and a big finishing hit. Nobody hit the ice, but it was a good shoulder sent by Stockton. Puck gets bouncing around at the point, ends up on the stick of Rowan, and here we are in the neutral zone. Puck sloppily passed in front of his own man. They're going to call this no icing, and Stockton goes back behind their own net. Now they have a hard breakout. Oh, a turnover, and that's Evan Knoll tries to control center ice. He can't. Stockton walks into the top of the circle. A quick shot goes over the shoulder of Beltramini, and it is now 2-0 in this third period, Stockton versus Rowan.
And the Ospreys came
Oh,
in.
and we got a late hit here. I don't know what that was all about. You called that a penalty. No reason. Number 7 from Stockton knocked down our guy on the top of our circles well after the play. I mean, so a little bit bittersweet there for them. But had another fluttering pass that ends up in the top of our zone. Stockton collects it and walks just like our guy should have done. Uses the space. He walks into the circle and fires one over the shoulder and snipes a corner on Beltramini.
And that's puck watching too. The Prof defenseman kind of tried to take away the pass at first, but wasn't really paying attention as the other Osprey kind of just backed off. He kind of backed off and let his man who scored that goal take his space and take the shot. I mean, when you're the defenseman, you have to be very aware of what's going on around you and what the other player is doing. If you're not going to take that pass, and which he really didn't, he was kind of stuck in limbo there. You need to be able to get on him and make a
Here's Meldrum quickly into this. Oh, and he takes his shot of his own over to the same angle as was down here, but it goes wide. Sorry to cut you off there. And we got so now it's They called a penalty on that hit after the whistle. Oh, and a puck gets soared in on Sheehan, who puts it away. It hit him in the chest. So they called a penalty on that late hit at the end of the last play. So now you got a 5-on-4 for Rowan. The puck is in the offensive zone. 1:48 left on the penalty. And we're still in the first half of the third period. This is an opportunistic time. This is when we're talking about control the puck, make space, and take shots. Face off one back. We go back to our point. Now Meldrum collects a puck in front of the Osprey bench. He goes in deep. I can't tell who that is all the way down. And a firing shot goes in on Sheehan, and he manages to sit in front of it. That was a nice shot. He looked like he had a clear lane, and Sheehan saw it the whole way.
And this is them simplifying the game now. I don't know if that goal kind of woke them up here to kind of simplify it down, but now they're looking for the passes. They're not looking to shoot first. They're looking to move the puck around and
use
really
your
find an
space.
open lane.
Yeah, and you said it earlier. Use your space. You want to. Oh, come on now. These guys. I don't know if they're calling a penalty on that or not. No, they're just stopping the play. But use your space. Get the puck moving. When you move the puck, you move the defense. You move the defense, you move the goalie. Opportunities, angles open up. You guys got to move the puck. So we poking around at the. Oh, and Rowan comes out with it, top of the slot, sticks all over it. Ooh, just wide of Sheehan. That was sliding across the ice. It looked like it would have snuck in there for a second. And now Proff's got control in the corner. And here we go out to the point to point. Fogelman with a shot. High, loose, banks off the goalie, comes out to the corner. Luckily, there was a Osprey defenseman there poking away, but now we got a battle in the corner along the boards again. It's been the story of the game. And they look to clear. Fogelman does a good job keeping it in and kind of slices it back into the corner to his own man. Too much of an angle to tell who's down there. But Colin Sulo comes in late to try and get his guy clear. And then you got Ryan Scott who throws another shoulder into somebody. They control along, back to Fogelman. Fogelman backhands it back in deep. That's Zach Roselle who's trying to make a move with it. And then he goes over to Fogelman, back point to point. Back to Roselle at the circle. Comes loose. Fogelman, ooh, a nice fake. Oh, and a good shot at a one-timer there, goes wide. But now we're getting some control. We're getting some shots. Oh, a nice little tip up there. Oh, and a good shot to the slot there. Looked like it was trying to get tipped in. The Ospreys are back on their heels. That should be a penalty, correct? Or he tried to clear it. That was number 39 for Stockton, Zach Harmel, who tried to clear it on a backhand, hits the net in his own defensive zone. I don't know if that rule applies to collegiate level hockey or not. Typically in NHL, that's a penalty, but I guess not here. And they wing it all the way around. Finally get it clear. A solid amount, so 1 minute and 20 seconds of sustained pressure there from Rowan, finally. Again, it's odd man. 15 seconds left in the penalty, but we got to hurry up and get the puck back in place and get set up, because now you still have a man up. There's lots of ice to play with here.
And that's probably their best offensive chances they've had all game, where they strung together multiple shots and multiple goal opportunities.
Yeah. Ryan Dyer looks to get through a man and gets held up by the defense there. Oh, and like a good move out to the top of the circles of Colin Sulo, who goes over to his point. Fogelman looks to take another shot, gets bounced off. There's a lot of guys in net, but Sheehan, I don't know if he got a piece of that or somebody else tipped it wide. There's an Osprey down in front of the net. No call happening, and now here's Stockton into the offensive zone, top of the circles. He cuts in. Shot blocked, and it goes up into the netting. That's Nick Canfora who stepped in front of that one.
And the Profs have to build off of this. I mean, this has been your best opportunity. It's the best that they've looked all night, all game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whether they were shorthanded, even strength, 4-on-4, this is the best they've looked all night, and they need to build off of that.
Yeah, the ice finally got tilted in that direction. They got to keep it that way. And they go point to point. Oh, and a great tip shot by Stockton. Man, they won that face-off. Stockton went point to point, sent it in, and I don't know if somebody got a stick on it or what, but it was tipped in front of Beltramini and ends up in the back of the net.
And that's stick watching, or puck watching again. I mean, you're in front of the net. Are they looking for a high sticking call?
I don't know what's happening. There's some sort of conversation going, but I do know, just as we were talking about trying to regain momentum off of being in the offensive zone for a minute, the wind taken out of our sails, well, now it's a 3-0 lead. Stockton as now they enter the zone again, 3-on-1. Profs trailing in to play defense behind. They leave 2 men in front of the slot. Luckily, the puck gets bounced up over in. And now here's C.J. Castorina, who looks to pump his feet up the ice and across the neutral zone into the offensive zone, top of the circles. Quick snapshot, flutters to the left of Sheehan, but Stockton clears and ends up on their stick again. So they try to get it out to the neutral zone. Now you got 1 man, 2 defensemen back. Rowan should, and here's Canforo trying to push his man out. Oh, and an awkward play, a spin in, and they score again. Man, I got to say, Canforo did everything he could to play defense. He kept his man outside the phone, tried to push him around the net. A very awkward spin, and almost like he kind of just threw it towards the skates of poor Beltramini, and Beltramini just left his post. Squeaks in underneath his feet there.
And something was going to give, and the back broke. I mean, the Ospreys have blown this game wide open, have taken advantage of the frustration and the bad play by the Profs here.
Yeah, and it's now look, there's plenty of time left, but you need to do something quickly. You can't just let this happen unanswered. So, you know, as long as they score a goal, I say by 10 minutes left, fine, then you make a stand. If you let this go too long without making a stand against a 4-goal lead, then, oh, and here we come with a good shot. Oh, man, it gets blocked up and up over the goal here. And now they fight for it along the boards. A good shot in by Zuchek, I believe that was. And they're battling. Matt Meldrum tries to battle for it. They can't get it. And here, Rowan flips it back into the offensive zone. 14 minutes, 21 seconds left here in the third period. 4-0 Stockton on rivalry night here in Sewell, New Jersey, Hollydale Ice Arena. Rowan, another dangerous pass across the middle. I mean, that led to a goal earlier. It's just fundamental hockey. Do not cross the puck in front of your own net in the defensive zone. You learned that in the first. Oh, a good hit there. Stockton still has control. And they are, oh, another backhand in front of the slot goes just wide of the guy. Oh, man, another wrist shot goes high.
If I'm the Profs, I'm not looking forward to this next practice.
Gosh. Now here's Shane Ewing. He manages to come up with a puck and puts it into Meldrum's stick. Meldrum tries to put it in neutral zone, and it goes underneath the stick of Jake Kelly, it looks like. Oh, and a nice intercepted pass, but I don't know if he's going to clear in time. He does not. He tried. Matt Gandy took a nice interception on a half-rink length pass, but his man couldn't clear the zone. I mean, every time Stockton is around our net, their goal is get the puck to the slot, right?
Yep.
And that's the same thing as fundamental hockey. We keep saying about fundamental hockey. You just get the puck deep, dump and chase, and take shots on net, crash the net, okay? You get pucks in front of the net, you get men in front of the net, something good's going to happen. Stockton's been doing it all night.
And the biggest power for Stockton is that they have more than 2 guys in front of that net as well. With the guy behind the net, they're crashing. Their defense has been crashing all night.
Yeah, they're taking advantage right now. I mean, absolutely. And there they go again with another wide shot. And here is Ryan Scott, tries to get it out. He does get it out to the neutral zone. And now you got Zach Roselle, who skates in and around a defenseman but gets bumped off the puck. So Stockton wings it around because of Fogelman. Fogelman fumbles it at the blue line, and now they have to clear again. And he tries to send it in deep. Play a little dump and chase hockey here. So you got Gandy and Fogelman back at the points who are open. We got to start using the points and moving it and settling. Like right now would be a great time. He does so. Shovel it to Fogelman. Fogelman sends it in deep. Tries to get it back, but it goes wide around Sheehan. And now the puck out the neutral zone on an Osprey stick. Gandy manages to catch a fluttering puck, and they don't know that it's coming. I think there's a change there. And Stockton's going to end up with it in the offensive zone here. No penalty. Right? Yeah. Okay. Fogelman played some good defense along in front of his own bench there. I think Stockton wanted the call and did not get it. Gandy ends up with the puck again. He sends it in right back to Stockton's stick, and Stockton will march into the zone, take a shot on net, but it goes wide, excuse me. And the Knoll, they just cannot control the puck. Gandy's touched it on every side of the ice in the last minute, and he hasn't gotten a whole lot of help. And here's Evan Knoll, who is fighting forward into the corner. Makes a good move, tries to put his body in front of the puck. That was a nice patient play by Knoll here. Let's see if he can get it onto somebody else's stick. He does. Andolino shovels it back up, and it gets kicked back in by Osprey. They cannot clear it. Oh, and it's finally poked past, but held in the neutral zone.
And this is every team's worst nightmare, where nothing's working for you. You can't seem to get an answer. You can't seem to answer back.
We got a quick opportunity here to take a shot from the top of the circle. Sorry to cut you off there. Patrick Condello managed to grab that puck and get to the top of the circle. Fire shot, a good tip pass in front of the net, does not even make it to Sheehan, and now Andolino has to chase the puck. He makes a pass off a fake shot there. Oh, back to the point, and here is Evan Knoll, who takes a shot, slides along, and kicked away by Sheehan. All right, so now a little bit more setup, another shot, slides along the ice, get kicked away by Stockton. They still come up with it. They slide it out and send it all the way deep, which should be icing. I calls no again. Another icing call. I don't know if I'm missing a rule about the icing or not, but I feel like there's a lot of missed icing calls. Oh, and a good dodge hit there by Will Bank. Puck goes in behind the goalie into the corner. Stockton just absolutely dancing with the puck. I mean, at least it's in their zone. Here's Zuchek along the boards. Takes control, tries to shoot it, hits the Osprey in the back of the leg. He goes down on one knee, ends up in front of Sheehan. Sheehan can't collect, and they pick up the trash in front. Finally, get the puck to the front of the net, and you got a man sitting there, and it looks like Mike DeFord managed to put a stick on it and push it past Sheehan.
And that's what they've been needing to do all night. I mean, they've been looking to get into that crease area all night, and they just haven't been able to connect. And the Prows finally able to put one past.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, I think by 10 minutes they had better scored a goal to nullify everything that's happened. Not nullify, but you have to make a stand at that point. There's too many goals scored without you pressure back the other way. You got to put a goal in by midway. So now you got just over 10 minutes to score 3 goals, and it should be done before that. But you got an opportunity. The game's not over. All right, so Zuchek flips it up into the net off the face-off, and we go right back to it.
Hockey's a funny sport this way. Even a 3-goal lead is like not safe with 10 minutes left.
No, not at all. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, you saw Stockton put in how many goals in how many minutes. It could turn around and happen. It could turn around and happen to Rowan the same way. And here's Shane Ewing out to the recent goal scorer Mike DeFord, who wings it in and around. And DeFord's on it again, tries to maintain possession and cannot, but luckily Casarina is there. He gets bumped off the puck, and here's Donnelly in with a shoulder. Casarina ends up with it behind the net. He tries to get around for a circle shot and doesn't end up getting the puck to the net, or it's kicked away by Sheehan. Here's Gandy with a shot blocked, and now, into their own net goes, into their own bench goes Stockton, and we'll get a stoppage of play. This faceoff should come outside the zone, though. Hollydale Ice Arena, we've mentioned it a couple times, recent renovations in years. The Dunlop's Bar and Grill is now filling up. It's at least 2 tables deep on the glass. The stands are filling up here. A lot of Rider jerseys also. They're not far away. Rivalry night, back-to-back games. We got this D3 team, and a shot from the point, excuse me. You got this D3 game where Stockton is Rowan's rival, and Rowan comes up with it on the slot, looking to take a shot. He does, and batted away by Sheehan. He can't control it. It's loose in front, and they're hacking at it. Stockton finally gets it back up the boards. And they gain control, and Gandy keeps it in the zone. But they maintain possession. Stockton out into the center ice. So back-to-back games here. D3 followed by D2 game for Rowan. A quick shot batted away from the stick as Beltramini. Fogelman puts a stick into his guy, and they manage to get the puck away from him after shoving him around a little bit. Meldrum tries to make a play. Fogelman ends up with it in his glove and puts it around behind for Gandy, and Gandy looks to turn up his own bench with it. After this, Rowan D2 team plays Rider. That's always a crazy game. And because it's close by, Rider brings a lot of fans with them. So things get a little vicious. And I'm all for it right now on a Saturday night. Jared Fogelman collects it back in the zone. He sends it up into the neutral zone, and Stockton comes up with it, but can't clear. They touch it, and they'll call offsides.
And this is something that has been baffling me for the last 3 to 4 minutes. How the Profs have been able to flip the script. I mean, they have flipped the script. I wouldn't say it's because Stockton's taking their foot off the gas, because they haven't. But this is something that they should have been doing all game, playing exactly this way. Yeah, it'd be a much closer game. It's still attainable, though, so, you know, Evan Nolan with behind. But they just need to gain some momentum and sustained pressure. Puck flips up and back. Oh, now Stockton back into it, out to the slot. A good block pass by Evan Knoll there. And the puck flutters out in front, goes wide off a shot. Behind in, Beltramini, and it back to the top of the circles. Another block shot again. And Rowan looks to come through the neutral zone. They got to gain control. There they go. Ryan Scott into the offensive zone, cuts into the middle, sends it over. Oh, and no shot able to get off. That was Zach Roselle, just cannot get the puck off the stick before it slid away. And now they hack for it. Ends up squirting out to Cam Farrow. He goes in deep with it, sends it to the slot, but blocked off by the defensive. And a long pass off the ice. Thank God that was out in front of his man, because he had a lot of ice in front of him. And that'll be icing. We'll go all the way back down to Stockton's goalie. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the third period. 4-1 Stockton versus Rowan D3 squad. So like I said, doubleheader tonight. We got this game and back-to-back after this. The D2 team takes on their biggest rival, one of their biggest rivals at least, was in Rider. And should be fun. And a quick face-off run back to Evan Knoll. Evan Knoll slides across the ice and gets batted away by Sheehan as Andolino gets taken down in front of the net there. Stockton looks to control back to a point. Cam Farrow sends it in deep, looking for a bank off of somebody. It doesn't quite get there. And here's Condello with the puck. He puts it back into the corner, maintains control after getting hit, but then it ends up coming out to a Stockton stick. They push him forward for it. Cam Farrow has to go back and get it, sends it up the same side board to Andolino. Andolino's got to pick his head up. Oof, I thought he was going to get
demolished there. Here goes Poulin with it along the boards. Stockton comes up with it, and they send it up the glass. And now we're in the neutral zone, bounces around. Evan Knoll's going to take a big hit just on the other side of his blue line. He was worried about getting that puck away from his own zone. His head was down, and he catches his shoulder to the chest. Pop right back up, though. High stick, if you ask me. Got hit in the middle ice there, but not going to call it, I don't think. But, yeah, man, that was a big hit. Evan Knoll ended up on his back there. Popped right back up, but another body thrown here by the Stockton Ospreys.
And it's not something that we haven't been calling tonight. I mean, I wish I could see the stats tonight because I'd love to see that hit column tonight for both teams.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. I think that Stockton started it, but Rowan fired back a lot. Fortunately, they haven't put the goals on the ice. And a fluttering pass out. Ooh, Stockton with a good glove as they come across the middle. And out to the slot, but it gets poked away by Gandy. Gandy fighting with this guy. Fogelman, oh, Gandy again in good position, puts a stick on the puck and gets it away from Stockton. Fogelman collects it in the corner. The ref gives him a hard time again. That is the same referee. The puck gets out in front of Beltramini. And Beltramini puts a glove on it, not before Stockton puts a charge on him. And we're going to get some grips on each other here in front of the net. That ref has got, I am saying that ref, but it's definitely been him at least twice. Another ref a couple of times. I mean, killing possessions if you stand in the way.
But again, as a player too, that's where your awareness comes in, to know where the ref is at all times.
Yeah, you're right. They got to know where he is. I mean, he's got to get out of the way. When you're fighting for the puck and there's a man on you, you're not trying to fight the opponent and the ref. So we got Castorina in his own zone now. Mike DeFord to his left, and we got. And they go skating into the offensive zone. Oh, with a charge. Man, DeFord looks good after he scored his goal. He keeps turning around with the right momentum. And here's Donnelly in with the puck. He steps in front, but ends up losing it and gets bumped off in the slot. Stockton sends it back around behind, but props get up. Gandy at the point cannot collect it, and here's Stockton on a breakaway in front of Beltramini. The stick on. Oh, and he cannot finish. He gets hit by Fogelman from behind, and Stockton could not finish. I am not sure if that's going to be a penalty or not, but Rowan came with a charge back to try and get back and knock their own goal off. And a good hit by Fogelman to finish that. That was a breakaway.
And right there, I mean, that's another awareness play. I mean, you send the puck back up to the point with a man guarded. I mean, that's what's going to happen. We got a little extracurriculars over here at the bench again.
Yeah, the Ospreys didn't quite make it to their bench, and I don't know if that's because Rowan didn't let them or they were chose, but we got some mouthing off over there. All three refs have to come in and break it up. But you're right. You have to know if the puck's getting back to, if I'm a defenseman and I look down the blue line to my left and my defenseman, the puck is getting to him, I have to step back into the center ice a little bit, because if he does get beat, I have to be able to cover for him. So right now, the sound of head coach Dan Damani, his face is red and he is screaming at his players on the bench. It's ringing out through the rink right now. He's trying to light a fire under somebody here. Here's Rowan out to the neutral zone. They turn it over, and Stockton's right back into the offensive zone. Luckily, no one's there to collect a point-to-point pass. It gets shoveled out in front. Here's Meldrum, puts a glove on it, puts it down on the stick, fires a shot, batted away by Sheehan on a stick, and it gets sent out to the point. Zuchek tries to keep it in the zone. He does so successfully, and the puck will get bounced around. Oh, and it should have been a trip call there. But, from his knees, he manages to fire that puck. Gets back to Shane Ewing. Shane Ewing steps up into the circle and whiffs. So now you got an odd man break as we get a bad change. Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry. This defenseman coming right back on. So now it's 2-on-2 hockey. Stockton comes into the top of the circle, sends it across the ice, and a shot batted away by Beltramini. It'll come back out. Meldrum really putting an effort out right now. He's been hustling up front. Shane Ewing in the neutral zone here. He sends it down deep, calling for a line change. No icing. The goalie stops it behind the net. Oh, man, and Stockton Osprey gets shoved into the boards, and they're going to call this one. And Stockton's giving him some extra love when he's down on the ice. I don't know if that was intentional or just the angle it was caught at, but that's Jake Kelly who went in hard on Stockton in the corner. And now we got another collection of both jerseys down in the corner there. One ref trying to keep the others at bay here.
You know, as I was saying earlier, if I were the profs, I'm not looking forward to the next practice. And with coach yelling at you the way that he is right now, yeah. I would definitely not be looking forward to this next practice.
No.
I expect a lot of suicides, and I expect a lot of skating.
we talked about it right before the game, right? That this is D3, so basically Rowan's lucky enough to have so much talent come out that they overflow into a D3 team, and it's great. It's great hockey. I mean, but all eyes are on. You have the head coach and the GM of the entire program. He's on your bench. He's watching you. He's all in, and he needs you to be all in too. He doesn't see what he likes, so he's yelling at you. It's third period, 4-1. There's 5 minutes left. You have to make something happen soon. Puck gets in behind Stockton there. They turn out, look for a breakout. And they get it the puck to neutral zone. It bounces off. Evan Knoll comes up with it, sends it up, and touched back into the zone. Oh, and a good glove up on the boards there. A snapshot bounces in off a skate and ends up at the top of the circles. Finally out in the neutral zone. And here comes Stockton on a charge. Canforo back playing some defense. And a shot taken wide by Stockton. And now we got Rowan Profs out in the neutral zone. Oh, we got a little tussling going on right here. Grappling match just in front of us right now. And refs making some sort of call. This is Evan Knoll shoving Stockton around. And we are going to get some sort of penalty here. There's a lot of jawing going back and forth on both teams here. I think that was... I don't know what the penalties are exactly. As Ryan Chafe from Stockton hits the box. And you got Evan Knoll, who definitely put the better part of his stick into the back of that Rowan Osprey. And I don't know if it was retaliation for something or not. But again, we had a very short grappling match just in front of us here to the left of Dutramini. And Dan Damani, head coach, leans in again as he collects his players. Obviously not at the same volume, but you can tell by his hand motions, he is just as passionate. So now you got 4 minutes, 56 seconds left in the third period. 4-1 Stockton against the Rowan Profs. And there is some language coming from Dan Damani. He is not happy tonight. I think my partner Nick Butler said it, but the rest of the practice week might not go that great for this D3 team. So now you got, I don't know if, okay, so 2-2. So each team has a penalty here for the tussle that just took place. So now you got 4-on-4 hockey. A lot of open ice here, okay? So control is even more of a factor. You can't let anybody have any space for anything. You can't get caught any situations either, because like I said, there's a lot of space on the ice. You get caught, and it's going to take that much longer for you to get coverage.
This tussle that we saw here down by the boards, by the door here, I mean, this has been boiling over all game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Less than 5 minutes. 4 seconds less than 5 minutes, if we want to be technical, but in these next 5 minutes, I mean, you're going to see some stoppages, you're going to see some players pushing. I mean, it's going to be rough here for these next 5 minutes here, so let's buckle up here.
All right, so Zuchek comes out with the puck, won back by Colin Sulo. And Zuchek turns it over in the neutral zone, and here's assistant captain Juan for the Stockton Ospreys. Comes in, takes looking to take a shot, cannot get it off his stick. Tried to put his knee and come across the zone. He looked like he's going to take a shot, but doesn't. And he gets squashed along the boards here by Jake Roselle. Puck sent in behind by Profs, and Shane Ewing tries to get out to Zuchek. Zuchek turns over in the slot, almost comes back to Ewing. Ewing enters the neutral zone and hits the same Stockton Osprey that's been blocking the last 3 shots. And it gets sent in behind. Now Stockton goes for a line change. I mean, it's just frustrating. You can't hit the same guy, isn't even turned in your direction. You're hitting him with the puck. I don't know if it's their vision, they're not seeing the space. But here's Shane Ewing in the center ice, and he turns it over, controlled by Stockton. And Rowan goes for a defensive change here. So you got Gandy and Fogelman back on defense as Stockton comes into the top of the circles to control. 2-on-1 along the boards. Gandy knocks down number 28 from Stockton. And they end up with it back in their own zone still. Gets sent out in a flutter pass just past his own guy, and Fogelman will circle back with it. Makes a saucer pass across ice to Gandy. Gandy's got a man coming down. He sends it up the boards to Kesarina. Kesarina makes a sloppy, blind backhand pass to turn it over. And Stockton's back in. Go ahead.
And that's exactly what we've been saying about simplifying it. I mean, they simplified it. They got away from everything fancy, and they go right back to it and have a bad turnover. You need to simplify the game here. I know you're down 4-1, but you want to be able to do something to build on it for the next game.
And we got a little bit of a rush here. Here's Donnelly into the top of the circles. And comes across the center slot, but Stockton's all over it. I think an important part that just took place was that Stockton had an opportunity to enter the zone, didn't like what they saw, and came back with the puck. So whenever a hockey team is coming back with the puck, they're just, you know what, this game is in our favor right now. Let's take our time, wait for things to get set up, because there's no reason to press them right now. I think that says a lot about the tone of the game right now. I mean, Stockton just controls the puck from end to end. As soon as it touches our stick, we get it to where at least sometimes center ice, and then ends up on the stick of an Osprey. So here's Castorina through the center ice. It gets poked away by Stockton. They send it right back down. And that'll be icing. So we get a face-off. 2.5 minutes left in the third period here. Holiday Ice Arena. Watching some disappointing D3 Rowan hockey here.
And as I said at the beginning of this game, as we were talking about it, you have an opponent team coming in here that lost their last game, giving up 2 goals in the third period, that you knew was going to come in here and try to set the tempo of the game. And as a home team, you need to do that, and they did it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ospreys just completely took over.
And, oh, man, that looked like a fast developing play. A long pass ends up getting sent around the boards, and Farrow turns it over his own point. Rowan comes out with it in the neutral zone, and it should be tripping call. Did not happen. I believe that was Patrick Condello who got a stick to his blades there, hits the ice, and nothing happens. Turnover. Farrow manages to shovel it into the zone for Stockton after it gets back to them. Ooh, and an awkward tip out the center ice. Farrow's not sure what to do with it. It matters to flutters past him, and now we have a 2-on-2 with an Osprey streaking towards the net. It bounces wide of Beltramini. Oh, sent out in front of the slot. Nobody's there to collect it, but here comes Ospreys. A good snapshot again, hits, flutters around in front. Beltramini's doing everything he can to stay in front of it, and they finally clear. And it cleared maybe 3 feet in the neutral zone before Stockton comes up with it again. Here's Condello, who streaks into the offensive zone, wide to the left circle, takes an awkward shot, goes wide over the glove of Sheehan. And here comes Juan, the assistant captain, again, streaking down the same side. He's looking to put a knee in front, comes across the slot, nothing happens, the net gets pushed off the net. I don't know if Beltramini got a stick on that or not, but it ends up just kind of sliding across the slot, and the net gets knocked off its moorings.
As this game winds down, I really can't say there's been anybody who's really stood out to me tonight on this props team. I mean, there's nobody here. I mean, even if you go into this locker room and say, Coach, you know, I did this, guess what? It's a team game, and none of you guys look great tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I think you said it a couple times. They were lucky that they had more opportunity. I mean, the game was 1-0 for too long, and it felt like it should have been 5-0. So you had plenty of opportunity to catch up and gain momentum. Every time they took momentum, Stockton stole it right from them. And now here's Rowan out to the neutral zone. Ends up on a prop stick. A minute left in the third period. And the coach is not happy about it. Puck hits Evan Knoll, who shovels it into the center ice. Juan takes a couple of shots and flutters into the corner. Shane Ewing tries to put it out behind the net, ends up in front of Beltramini. Thank God they were able to clear. Ewing tries to get it behind the net. It hit the net, fluttered out in front of Beltramini, but thank God they were able to get it out of there. 30 seconds left in the third here. Can't even get out of the period. So
I'm speechless right now, Matt.
I'm
absolutely
it's a little
speechless.
frustrating. Fogelman banks it back around to the corner, and the puck gets left for one of the props, but nobody collects it. 10 seconds left as Stockton gathers just at the top of their own circles, and they are just going to let this wind down. So the Stockton Ospreys come up from Galloway, New Jersey, and stump the D3 Rowan props here 4-1 at Holiday Ice Arena. We've been saying it all game, but Rowan had so many opportunities and needed to come out with some sort of game-changing play or some sort of momentum, and they just couldn't keep control of it.
And if I'm the profs, I'm going into the locker room and I'm taking a hard look at myself. Like, what didn't we do well? And it's a lot that I say you couldn't do well, but what didn't we do well? What could we do better on? How can we grow as a team? And I think that's something that you need to focus on, because they did not look like a team tonight. No. They looked like a bunch of players who wanted to go out there and score and play hero hockey.
Yeah, and it was about control, really. I mean, and control starts with winning the puck. You got to get to the puck first, and if not, you're going to get the puck, you got to fight it out. And fighting it out along the boards is tiresome, takes more than one guy. You got to beat guys with the puck. That's how you win games. But
And as a D3 team, you want to come out and you want to show off every game. I get it. You want to be the hero. You want to play that role. But, I mean, you got to do it the right way. You got to remember that your teammates come first. And that's the difference between a D3 and a D2 guy. I mean, a lot of these guys that play D2 understand their role on the team. And I think that's something that a lot of these guys are going to have to go into this locker room and realize, for the next game, like, how can we grow as a team?
Yeah. Well, for all you Rowan fans, we have another game. Like I said, it's doubleheader here tonight. Please join us again in just a few moments here on RTN on the YouTube channel here. We are going to stream the D2 game versus Ryder, another rivalry game here, rivalry night at Hollydale Ice Arena. I'm Matt Delvecchia and Nick Butler. We will see you in a few moments. Please join us again for the D2 game.